Hello, this is Sandra Brown of Happiness Past 60. I'm actually 80, gonna be 81 in December. It's hard to believe, but I changed the name because I had some younger viewers that I wanted to include. So, a lot of you were asking about how I do my hair. Well, this is what it looks like if I don't do anything. So I just thought I'd show you. So, actually what I did is shampoo it and condition it in the shower. And what did I do? Just scrunched it like this when I dried it, and I dry it with my head kind of, upside down like that. And then I put a little bit of root lift on it before I did that. And then afterwards, I tipped my head over and used a little hairspray around the root areas and on it, and scrunched it. And I fought the curl in my hair almost all my life. I don't even think I know it was curly. I don't know. But it tends to want to get frizzy. It's my hair's been hard to handle all my life. It really has been. But and then I lost, oh my goodness, so much hair I had COVID real bad, and going through stress of losing my husband and things. I lost so much, but I have another video on that. I might just do an update because it's been about a year now since I did that. But on all the products I use in my hair. And it worked. It really did. Okay, that's not what I was going to talk about. Let's see. One of the things I was going to talk about is restless leg syndrome, just a short thing. My husband, Bill, has been, oh my goodness, in the middle of the night. Actually, my husband who passed away, Larry, I was married for 40 years, had the same thing. But we didn't know what to do. And I think they gave him drugs for that. But Bill's doctor didn't want to be giving him any more drugs. And other than what he's taken for diabetes and things. But in the middle of the night, he'll slide his leg across the sheets and hit real hard. I mean, it's really hard, and it wakes me up and it jerks the bed. And then if he does it once, he's going to do it again. So I mentioned something to, or he did, to the doctor, and she told him to drink water. It would be half of his body weight in ounces. So let's say, well, he doesn't weigh this much, but say he's 170 pounds, then you would drink 85 ounces of water. And another one she said you could drink would be tonic water. Or I guess it's called quinine. I tasted it. It was really good. But anyways, it works. And if he doesn't drink enough water, he starts doing the same thing. And the person he doesn't know it. He has no remembrance of it at all when he does this. But if you slept with someone who has it, believe me, you know it, because it startles you. And so I had to get away from him because I don't want him to be kicking me. So if anyone has that problem, I just wanted to mention it to them. Okay, the rest is chit-chat. Okay, so here's what we've been doing. We have a very large garage with lots of, the whole sides of the garage. I think it's like 2.5 or 3 car, but both sides are just nothing but cupboards, top to bottom. And so when we moved into the house, all the boxes were put right in the middle of the garage. And we were just putting stuff in the house and then taking the rest of the stuff and shoving it into the cupboards. We didn't even know what was in a lot of the boxes. But we just knew it was stuff we weren't using right now. So we just needed to straighten it out. It was kind of straightened out, but we needed to just really go through all this stuff. And the thing that started with is my neighbor, Suzanne, across the street. She was asking if we wanted to be a part of a neighborhood garage sale. And we thought, this is a good time to clean out all those cupboards and clean the garage. And so it's all straightened out. We got all the Christmas items in one area, all the household items, garden areas in one area, tools. I mean, everything, linen and our blankets, for other stuff. But it feels good to have that done. And my next project is going to be I have a walk-in pantry that needs to be straightened. So I'll do a before and after picture of that. Yes, I do need to do that. Let's see. So last Thursday, I went to breakfast with some ladies who are in a Bible study with me, and nice bunch of ladies. I don't know how many there were of us, maybe 8, something like that. But we went to Stonehenge in Crossville, Tennessee. It's a golf course restaurant. And I had avocado toast with egg. It was very good. And it was just so nice being around Christian women. And I just really enjoyed it so much because we just have so much in common. And I left a lot of my old friends in Crown Point, Indiana, and I miss them so much. But I'm just going to have to make new friends. And even though I'm 80, it's not too late. It's not too late to make new friends. And we need to continue adding to our friendships. Keep all our old friends too, but keep adding to your friendships. Because each one of them has something to offer that the other one doesn't. And I'm always hopeful that all the things that I went through, that somehow it might help them. And I think it has, because the lady sitting next to me, her husband is dealing with dementia, and she's having a really hard time with it. And I walked that road, and she felt it was God that just put me right there next to her, and I believe that too. And then one day she'll be able to help somebody too. Let's see, then Suzanne across the street invited us over for dinner last week with some 2 other couples, and that was really nice. She loves to have dinner parties, and she's going to be starting a YouTube channel. Yeah, she kind of reminds me of Maude on Golden Girls. I think you guys will like her. She was recently widowed too, and she's retired, and she's an interesting lady to listen to. Let's see, we were invited to watch a play, White Christmas. I know, all of you know White Christmas, and you probably really like it. And so that was a wonderful movie. If you're older, you remember it well. Okay, so we did say yes, we would go, and Mr. Bill went online and ordered the tickets and got our seats. It's, I think, November, in early part of November. Let's see what else I did. Okay, I made a tomato soup cake. That's just a nostalgic kind of childhood memory. I'm not a huge cake lover. I mean, I do love things like carrot cake, moist spice cakes, or like apple cake. But my mother used to make tomato soup cake when I was young. I was born Christmas Day, so birthday parties have never been, I've never had much of that, but she did ask me once, I don't remember her ever asking me before, but she said, what kind of cake do you want for your birthday? And I'm like, tomato soup cake. I remember her laughing about that. And it probably pleased her because it was something that she made. And I have her original recipe, but I didn't look it up. I just happened to run across an old recipe, but I think it was Eloise out of the Hammond Times newspaper. I think the recipe was from the 50s, and I'm going to put it a snapshot. We already cut a couple pieces out of the cake when I took the snapshot, but and also the recipe. I'm going to have that on there. You click on more. I'm going to try to put. Can you put pictures in there? I'm not sure. Anyways, I'll get it on there. And let's see. Oh, yeah, I found out that my sister, she's almost 14 years younger than me, 13, 14 years younger. And I had two older brothers, and they've been gone, passed on years ago. So there's only my sister and I left in our immediate family. Well, she said my having that carotid artery problem in surgery saved her life, because she went in and had hers checked, and I had mine operated on the right side, but on her left side, it's totally, I think 100% clogged off with plaque, and the blood vessels or something rerouted around that to get blood to the brain. Yes. So now she's in Florida, and she's looking for a surgeon to do this. So, and I think she's kind of having a hard time right now. Her and I, we're going to talk hopefully today sometime. But I just got that message from her. Also, she lives in Jacksonville, Florida, and I've been hearing that there's some hurricane warnings, so I could find out from her whether I think she's in that area. So we'll have a prayer for safety for everyone there. I think I mentioned to you before, I had a couple teeth, one here and back here, that had to be removed because of a infection. And I've known this. I knew before I married Bill, but there was just so much we were doing and never got around to it. And I don't want to lose the teeth. But so I had to call my cardiologist. The dentist had me do that, and I got a no. They won't let them pull the teeth. And it has to be a full year, before they'll do that. That was my dog. You just heard her toenails. She's wanting something. I might have to stop this video for a minute. She might have to go out. But anyways, I have to wait a year, so it'll probably be the first part of March before I can do that. Okay, I got to stop this for a second. Okay, I'm back. All right. Oh, we was talking about the teeth. And the next thing, you're talking about maybe some things I like. I found this. It's a primer by L'Oreal Voluptuous Base. It's called Voluptuous Base. Probably backwards. But I'll put a link under more. But since I've gotten older, my eyelashes were always long and thick, but as you get older, they've just gotten, thinner. So when I was putting mascara on, I'm like thinking it's the mascara. It was like clumping my eyelashes, and I hated the way it was going on. And it was like coming off on my skin, the mascara. But I bought this base, they call it, or primer. Wow. You just put one coat of the primer on, and all you have to just put one coat of mascara on. That's it. I really like it. I just thought maybe that would help you guys. I don't care what age you are. Yeah. Let's see. This table, you can't see it here, but there's a table here I have in the kitchen that I had my desktop computer on. And I really wasn't using it since I got my laptop computer. So I cleaned all that off and made myself a little work area of my own, because Mr. Bill has his office, and I was going to take the sunroom to paint in, but I just couldn't stand to do it. I couldn't do that to the sunroom. I wanted just the sunroom. So now I'm painting on the kitchen table, and this is my office. It's going to be my office. And okay, well, I'll go into that in a minute. But here's something. Maybe you guys know. I don't know about it. It's called I got paint on it, or I used to paint all the time. It's called a passport. And I don't remember why I bought it, but I think, and I know, my photos go on here, and probably any other information goes on here. I'm not sure. But now I'm using my laptop, and I unplugged this from my desktop. And I'm concerned about plugging it into my laptop because I'm thinking there's so much information it's gonna bog down my laptop computer, and I don't want to do that because it's working good. If you know much about it, let me know. Okay. Then, yeah, remember I told you I'm back to painting now, and yeah, there it is. I'll let you see it. I think you saw it probably one of the other videos. Finally, I'm pretty rusty at it now because I've been so long since I've done it. But I thank you for that. Oh, and another product I like. It's not a beauty product, but do you shop at Aldi's? Do you have an Aldi's? I love this pancake mix. Look at that. It's made by Millville. It's buttermilk pancake mix. And you don't have to do anything but add water. Nothing else, just water. And it is so good. And I can't do too much of that because I want to lose weight and Mr. Bill's diabetic. But we did have pancakes Sunday with blueberries and pecans in it. Oh, they're delicious. And a friend of mine, I told her about it, and she said her whole family loves it. So I think it's the best tasting pancakes I've ever had, to be honest with you. That you might enjoy that. Some of you, I'm sure, have tried it. Let's see. Okay, the last thing I guess I'll talk about. Did you ever have sometime an idea comes to your head and you think, what do I mean? That's kind of a crazy idea. Why am I doing that? Well, do you remember I said my friend Bob passed away? And they were not having a funeral. It's just family, a little memorial with just the family. And that's in Indiana. I'm in Tennessee. Well, I would have went, but they're not really having anything. But I wanted to send my friend Joyce something. And I was thinking about flowers and all that stuff. And I thought, well, that's not having a funeral. And then it came to me, crazy idea, to send her a black purse. And I'm like, now, I did it, you know? I went on Amazon and I ordered this black purse, and it was an everyday practical purse because she's practical, and it had lots of zippers, a place to put your phone and all that stuff. And then after I did it, and I had sent to her address, and I thought, what did I send her a purse for? That's really crazy. But I got a phone call from her, and she said, she calls me Sandy Doo. Sandy Doo, are you a mind reader or something? Well, I knew what she had to be talking about. And I was like, I sent the right thing. And she goes, I was just looking at my purse, and I was thinking, I need to get a new purse. This purse is so beat up looking. And she goes, and I go to the door, and there is a purse from you. And she said, you must be reading my mind. Well, that's not what's happened. It was just the Holy Spirit just quickening me to do that. So even little things like that, we, just something that comes to your mind to do. Okay, folks, I think that's going to be it for today. I pray a blessing on all of you. Father God, I just pray for all my friends and my loved ones, my family, everybody on here. God bless them with perfect health, peace, joy. Dear Lord, help them to draw close to you. Give them a desire, Father, to be around other Christians and get into your word. We need you, Lord. We need you, Lord. In these last days, we need you. And I pray a hedge of protection around everyone. Protection around all my friends, everyone. In Jesus' name, amen. And I wanted to ask you a question. I've had a lot of experience with healings. There's times I was healed, times it ended up through doctors being healed, but it's all worked out really good. And if you'd like me to share some of the stories about my family and myself, just let me know, and I'll do that. I'm not sure how you feel about that, but I just want all of you to know I love you, and please subscribe, because if you subscribe, it doesn't cost you anything. It's free, but it'll notify you when I have a new video on, so you won't miss any. And hit like, because that helps me. And if you want to share, that helps, because YouTube likes that, and they'll put my videos forward to help some other people too. Okay, guys, I love all of you. God bless you. See you next time. Bye-bye now.